What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Golf Guru Show. I am Jason Sutton, and I am the Guru. Most of you that follow me on social and follow the podcast know that I have just returned from the PGA show in Orlando, Florida, where I attended Open Forum for the 8th consecutive year, which possibly is the largest teaching seminar and maybe the largest cocktail party for teachers in the world. It was created by Nick Chertok, Chris Como, and Michael Michaelides. A little history on the Open Forum. It was created out of a Facebook group called Golf Teaching Professionals, ran by Nick Chertok. And at the time, there was a general lack of great teaching education at the PGA show. So Nick, Chris, and Michael decided it was time to create their own, and Open Forum was born. It started in a grill room at one of the local golf courses. So it was very small, very sort of raw, and just in its infancy stages there in Orlando, and has now grown into an incredible production that attracts the greatest coaches in the world, as well as golf commentators and even some tour players that have been known to show up just to see what's new in golf instruction. As I said before, I have been there from the beginning and have attended all 8 years, as this is one that I will never miss. This year, Nick asked if I would like to set up the podcast in the sponsor in the cocktail room, and I was very excited to see if I could capture some audio from some of the greatest coaches in the world, capture some of the vibe, and then bring it to you. I was able to sit down with a few who attended, including host Chris Como, one of the brightest minds in our golf instruction world, Nick Clearwater as well, Jonathan Yarwood, PGA Tour coach, Eric Crogarno, Preston Combs, and then also the Golf Guru legend Chris Trevino, all friends of the show. As we talk PGA show, Open Forum, and then I give them some of my rapid fire questions about golf instruction and some life skills that I think you will really enjoy. I wish I could have gotten more, but there just was only so much time. I've always wanted to do some shorter, quick hitter interviews to complement my normal long-form interview format, so I hope you enjoy these. I apologize for the background noise as we're sitting right next to the bar, but you do get some of the ambiance and the vibe and an idea of like how many people are coming through, as well as some unexpected interruptions as well. Lastly, a massive thank you to the countless people that took the time to come up to me at Open Forum and at the show and say hello, and then how much they've enjoyed the podcast. Truly, this is what keeps me going, and I'm so grateful for all of you. So we're going to keep this train moving. So keep the comments coming, keep the subscriptions and the downloads going, and I'm looking forward to an exciting 2020. I apologize for the long intro, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention the tragedy that is legendary NBA basketball player Kobe Bryant, as he passed yesterday in a horrific helicopter crash. You will be missed, and it definitely changes the perspective of how we live our lives and loving the people around you. And that's really what I sort of gathered from this week's PGA show is the incredible relationships that I have with all of you. And I probably don't tell you enough that I love you and appreciate you, and I encourage you all to do that to your family and the people that you spend the time with and really respect. So R.I.P. Black Mamba. Prayers are with your family and loved ones. So if you'll indulge me as we listen to a part of his retirement speech that in honor of Kobe will replace my normal intro. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Enjoy.
Thank you so much for tonight. But it's not about my jerseys that are hanging up there for me. It's about the jerseys that were hanging up there before. Without them, I couldn't be here today. They inspired me to play the game at a high level. Magic, Cap, Shaq pushing me every day. Baylor, Chamberlain, Goodrich, West, worthy. It goes on and on. And secondly, it's about this class organization. And Jerry Buss, your father, believing in a skinny old kid from Lower Marion High School in Philadelphia. And it's also about the next generation. It's about this current Laker roster that we have here. You know, it's about embodying the spirit that exists in those jerseys up there and carrying this organization forward so that the next 20 years are better than the past 20 years. And that's what it's about. And then it's also about the fans. The media. I don't think you guys understand how present you guys were with me. You know, you guys were there with me at 5:30 in the morning when I was running the track and I was midway through my workout. And I didn't know if I could make it through. And I thought about the expectations you guys had for me and you had for our team. And it pushed me through. It got me through those 800s and 400s and 100s at 5:30 in the morning. So I thank you. And it's about family. It's about my wife, Vanessa. You know, you guys don't know this, but my last game that we had here against the Utah Jazz, I was really tired. I got home and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I can do this thing. I got one more game left, but I don't have any legs. And she said, I want to show you something. I got a gift for you for your last game. And she proceeded to show me a row of retired jerseys from Baylor, from Magic, from Shaq, from Cap, all with personal messages signed to me, including from Michael Jordan, including from the great Bill Russell, including from the great Larry Bird. And when I saw that, I knew then that I had to turn it up. I had to turn it up. So thank you, baby, for being an inspiration to me. And lastly, our daughters, Natalia, Gianna, and Bianca. You know, I hope that tonight is not, you know, you guys know that, you know, if you do the work, you work hard enough, dreams come true. You know that, we all know that. But hopefully what you get from tonight is the understanding that those times when you get up early and you work hard, those times when you stay up late and you work hard, those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream. That's the dream. It's not the destination, it's the journey. And if you guys can understand that, then what you'll see happen is that you won't accomplish your dreams. Your dreams won't come true. Something greater will. And if you guys can understand that, then I'm doing my job as a father. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Mamba out.
So I hope you didn't fast forward through that incredible speech when he retired, and you hear me talk about leaving a legacy, which is something that I think about on the daily, and Kobe definitely did that. So we're going to start this week off with my interview with Chris Como and Nick Clearwater. Enjoy.
Yep.
What's up?
Cool setup.
Mr. Como. Thanks for coming through, man.
Yeah, we got to do a longer one at some point.
Yeah, for sure. So we're here at Open Forum.
Yes.
And for the 8th year, is this what? How many years have we been doing this?
This is the 8th year.
Isn't that crazy?
So crazy,
right? Because I was there at the beginning when we did it in the little golf grill room.
That was the best one.
People were throwing stuff and almost getting hit by golf clubs.
Oh, it was so raw. It's like
else.
We needed a bouncer. And Michaelides was like the official bouncer for that one.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about how the evolution, and then we can get into who's speaking this year and what's going down.
Yeah. So like you mentioned, it actually started on a Facebook forum. Michaelides, people are always debating stuff online, and he had mentioned, why don't we do an online version of this? I think there may be some debate who actually said that first, but I don't know. So
yeah.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Right.
I think Brian maybe says he said it first. I'll let them fight it.
And he doesn't show up.
So, Anyways,
Yeah.
It just turned into like this kind of random. We rented out a bar, and 50 people came. I think we had 6 PhDs even at the first one, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was whatever, around 50 people. 6 of them were Phil Cheatham, Sasha,
Right.
Paul Wood, just a bunch of guys who were just sort of like passionate about golf instruction. Super raw. We debated ideas. Drinks were flying. It was really loud. Like we tried to have a mic that didn't work very well.
Yeah, you were trying to moderate. I remember.
It was crazy.
Breaking up fights.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great. It was a great event. And it just caught some traction. The next year, I think we got to like 100, 150, and just each year it kept growing and growing and growing. And
how many do you expect to come through this year? I was thinking 500.
Maybe.
Is that even small? Like it might be more.
I think 500 would be a good number. I think, that's probably, I'm going to guess around that.
I mean, I think I would describe it as like the world's largest cocktail party for teaching pros.
Exactly. And that's kind of how it's evolved into, is basically a celebration of instruction, right? And I think it's so different than other kind of instructional events or seminars in the sense that it's very casual. People are drinking. So it's just kind of like, as much as anything, it's people getting together and sort of catching up. And we encourage debate and discussion, people asking questions basically at any time. We have a lot of panels.
Right.
And the panels aren't just kind of like these scripted questions. They're questions amongst the panelists. We would open up to the audience. We try to make it as, air quotes, open as possible. The hard thing is it's gotten bigger. It's definitely gotten a little bit more structured in some ways, which I guess is part of the cost of it, like just getting bigger. But
yeah. And it's still cheap. I mean, $100 is like a huge value.
Yeah.
For I think could be the best teaching seminar on the planet right now. You think about it.
Yeah, there's just a lot of great people show up, and I think the ability kind of just exchange ideas at some capacity makes it, at least maybe not. There's so many good events, right?
Right.
But it's at least got its own kind of space in the whole educational world of golf instruction.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So who do we have this year speaking?
Okay, well,
you're gonna get it out. There you go.
'Cause I don't want to forget anybody. Let's see. Okay. Here's the list. Okay, we got Kate Tempesta doing junior stuff.
Mm-hmm. The Honger
making
his debut.
Absolutely. James Hong and Jeff Smith.
Yeah.
They're also doing some junior stuff, and then we're going to have a junior panel. Richard Franklin, great teacher. He's got some really unique ways to train juniors. Rob Holding's a legend with developing high-level juniors.
Yep.
Jonathan Yarwood's a legend. I mean, he worked at the IMG Academies, Ledbetter Academies. Tony Ruggiero teaches a bunch of guys on tour, and Chris Taylor's got a bunch of interesting stuff as well. So really nice panel with that. Then Nick Startruck and David Angelotti. I don't want to mispronounce his name, but they're doing a putting thing.
Mm-hmm.
David Orr and Preston Combs are doing another putting thing.
Yeah, talking about Sandpot Lab.
Yep.
So that's going to be interesting.
And then we're going to have Dr. Mark Bull. He's first-time presenter.
Love that guy.
I've heard he's got
super smart 3D stuff.
Yeah. And I've heard his presentations are really cool. So we'll see. I'm excited for that one. Kyle Berkshire and Bernie Nader, which is super cool, right? We got
the long drive guy.
Reigning long drive guy. Bernie's an awesome teacher out of Caves Valley. I've actually spent quite a bit of time with him. So that'll be a really cool one. I think they use swing callus quite a bit. So to actually have the data of a guy who hits as far as Kyle does, really interesting. And then Mark Blackburn, one of the best teachers on the planet, he's going to do a little presentation. And Dr. Sasha McKenzie, I've actually seen parts of this presentation before. He's not going to have a ton of time, so it's kind of more of a teaser. But the stuff that he's working on right now, I think, is some of the most important kind of research questions in golf, maybe ever. Really, it's
what are give me an example of what he's.
It's a lot
the topic.
Like repeatability, sensitivity to error, certain things in technique that could actually, make a golfer more or less sensitive to error. So it's a subject that can go super deep into.
Right.
He's just going to give a quick teaser one. I think it's the sort of the early stages of the research, but some of his findings already are really fascinating, kind of illuminating. So that'll be an important one. And I think, again, it's going to evolve over time. And then we have the final panel of the night is going to be, it's like a philosophy of instruction panel, and it's going to be Master Champion Trevor Immelman, Andy Plummer, Dr. Sasha McKenzie from kind of like a science perspective, Grant Waite, player coach, myself, and then John Tattersall, who's another great teacher, knows the body side of stuff like unbelievably well. Has used a lot of 3D.
Yeah.
So I think that could be just a cool panel represented by lots of different perspectives. And the moderators are Nick Clearwater from Golf Tech. Just recently got voted on the Golf Digest Top 50 list. And then Mike Finney, who is, an avid golf researcher, poster on all the forums. So they're going to be the moderators, probably interacting as well. So I think this could be a fun panel.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So do you catch us up a little bit on your Golf Channel stuff? I know you've been busy. You've got multiple shows going. Talk a little bit about how that started and then like where you're going with it now. How's the feedback been as well?
I mean, the feedback's been good. I mean, I'm guessing only people are telling me the nice stuff, right?
You never know, right?
I'm sure people are thinking bad stuff, but they don't. At least they're nice enough to tell me.
Plug the shows.
So we got a show, Como Concepts, that aired last year. That's now on golfpass.com. So if someone wanted to see all the episodes, they move them over to Golf Pass after they've aired on TV. And then we're doing another one called Swing Expedition. And basically I travel around the country, find teachers in their own environment, oftentimes, like at their academy or whatever, and just find out what they do, sort of throw in my own stuff. And it's kind of like this very free-flowing, us riffing about golf instruction. I think some cool stuff has come out of it. It's been a lot of fun because I get to learn while I'm like doing some cool work and, showing the world, showing at least the people who watch the Golf Channel, some of the great talent that I think is out there. We've had tour guys on. We did a show with Xander and his dad. We did a show with Charles Howell III and Grant Waite. Bryson DeChambeau and Mike Shire airing next week.
Nice.
So
that'll be fun.
Yeah. So we're filming.
You're working a little bit with Bryson, or
I'm kind of like
behind the scenes.
I'm doing like a consulting thing with him and Mike, and it's just been a really fun relationship. They're both super smart, so I love kind of like that stimulating environment that they create. And then we filmed. We're filming season 2 right now. Already did a couple in Austin with Chuck Cook and the UT men's golf team, and then we're actually gonna. Can you get
him on the podcast, please?
Chuck Cook?
Yes,
I'll ask him.
I've been trying to get a hold of him. Dude. I can't get him to return my messages.
Well, I'll mention.
I know he probably hasn't seen them, but it's kind of that thing that. I know he's busy, but I keep plugging that on a few shows just to see maybe possibly would listen. But
he's a good guy to talk to. It'd be a fun interview. Next time I see him, I'll mention something.
Perfect.
I'll put in a good word.
Awesome, man. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm just excited to get tonight going.
Yeah,
we'll see how it turns out.
Thanks so much for sharing and coming on, and eventually we'll get you tied down for a long form interview.
Yeah, we can go kind of.
We'll go deep
down the rabbit hole somewhere.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
This episode of the Golf Guru Show is brought to you by InVeedHemp.com. As golfers, you know the game creates wear and tear on your body and mind. InVeed CBD products can organically rejuvenate you. They come in 3 varieties: Relief, Clarity, and Relax. Relief CBD products help relieve pain. Clarity allows you to focus on those critical shots, and Relax CBD products are for those anxious golf moments. Right now, I've got an incredible special for you. Go to InVeedHemp.com and use the promo code GURU20 for a 20% discount for life. What's up, man? Welcome to the show.
Hello, Jason.
Introduce yourself to the listening audience and tell them what's going on tonight.
Yep, Nick Clearwater. Hang out at Golf Tech headquarters in Denver, Colorado once in a while. And we're here at Open Forum tonight. But yes, I'm sure you told everybody that already.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell them what you're doing tonight. You've got a pretty important job.
I'm here heckling James Hong and the rest of our mutual friends. And then later tonight, assuming I can stay awake until 9:30 or 10, we'll do some. I'll do a moderating panel about the philosophy of teaching, which is interesting. It's the first time I've been able to be in a group like this and actually talk about golf instruction. So I may or may not have a few questions that the panel might not be ready for.
Can you share any of those?
Yes.
This won't come out till later, so give us a little idea of what you think's going to happen. Talk about who else is moderating with you and who's going to be on the panel.
Well, my friend Michael Finney.
Yep.
First of all, most people think that we despise each other. I don't really know how he feels about me, but I love that guy. He's fine.
Okay.
It's just when he's behind a keyboard, he's a different person than he is in real life, and that's fine. I understand where he's coming from for sure. So I'm going to start with a little bit of fun with Michael. Actually, he's always been a fan of the green shirt pictures that the marketing department at
Right.
Golf Tech has put out. That are somewhat representative of at least proving a point. That's all those are really for. It had nothing to do with the shoot itself. But he really doesn't like the green guy pictures. So
He does
I
not.
actually brought the green shirt that was worn
Oh my
in that
gosh.
picture. So I'm going to present that to get the panel started. I'll probably ask him not to be a horrible human being during it, and then we'll get going.
That's awesome.
And I think
So what do you think is going to come out of this? Is it, you think it'll be civil, or do you think we're going to get some good discussions on some important topics?
well, it depends on what you think is important, honestly.
Yeah.
My questions are probably more pointed than Michael's might even be, but not in a way that's combative. I think it's easy to represent a particular way that you teach golf online, but then when someone asks you a tough question, if you can't back that up with something of substance in that conversation, then there might be a little hole in there. So I think there's probably a little hole punching that's going in there. And there's a lot of things. I've got several friends who are on that panel. I think while I've spoken to none of them about what I'm going to ask them or what they want to talk about.
Well, that's good. That'll make for better
Yeah,
theater.
Sort of.
Maybe.
I think the best way to do a panel discussion is that you actually talk to people ahead of time, let them know what the questions are, so they have some time
okay.
to formulate it.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I think that's actually right. But in this, I don't think that's just the culture that we have in groups like this. So while there'll be pointed questions, there'll be fair questions, and nothing is meant to make someone look silly on the stage. That's never
Sure.
what any of this should be about.
Awesome.
So I'll hope to bring that to light.
Do you have time for a few rapid fire questions?
let's go. I'm
All right,
ready.
let's do it.
Yeah, sorry.
All
I'm
right,
not immune to the criticism.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No, that's good. Favorite drill for a path that's too far left?
Too far left. I would say mainly. I don't know if it's a drill per se. I guess you could consider it a drill. I do multiple things at one time. So usually someone doesn't have their hand turned far enough to the right on the grip. The shaft is too low at address. Shoulders are too open. So I'd raise the shaft up, turn the grip more to the right, close the shoulders, and in particular aim their left elbow at the target. So turn your shoulder enough to make that happen.
Okay.
Internally rotate or externally rotate your right shoulder to keep your elbow turned inward. And put something down by the golf ball so that you can recognize if you've actually broken all the rules that would make your path more
A constraint.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, favorite drill for somebody that swings too far to the right?
Yeah, but generally just teaching them how to do the follow-through is a good start. It's rare that someone on the downswing has the shaft too far in, at least until they've learned how to draw. But when they do, then it's time to learn how to hit the ball with the path being straighter, and then in the follow-through, keep the shaft down low, exit below your shoulder, maybe the left wrist extension, and just how to not roll the shaft or supinate your left arm tremendously. So that one might be. Just did this with my friend Brad Faxon the other day. Hit the ball, and then see in the down-the-line camera view how quickly you can see the patch of your glove that would be on your lead hand.
Okay, and your left wrist is an extension. You're showing
You got
me
it.
there. Yeah.
Yep. So I know that's hard to come across in the radio. For sure. But down the line, when your left arm appears just past your body in the follow through, that you can see the patch of your glove.
Can you tell us if there's someone from the organization? We are from Wildpets. We don't know if this is the place where we have to roll our mat. I think so.
No idea.
It's
All right.
amazing.
Yeah, we
It's
can
like
edit that out. Yeah.
We do this all the time.
We're not.
as a
Yeah,
driving
we're not
range.
doing anything over here. All right. Best drill for improving low point or like solid contact.
Sure. Simple one would be just make one of your friends who likes you put a golf club up by your trail ear, and then on the backswing, downswing, and follow through, just don't hit it. So have them stand in front of you, put a shaft right here. You see that all the time with Webb Simpson and Zach Johnson.
Yeah.
I say they have to like you so that they don't hit you with the club.
Interesting. All right. So what would you be doing if you weren't teaching golf?
Probably pretty similar to my day job, which is trying to solve problems on a corporate scale. I find the challenges that I get to face every day in the business world are very interesting. And then trying to scale a business like what we have. We've got 900 golf teachers, and trying to get them all to do something that represents something that you'd walk into and you'd be proud to say, hey, those guys are doing a good job.
Yeah.
That's one of the bigger challenges. And you saw a little bit of that when you were in your North Carolina presentation that you did at the section event with my friend Robert Gamble,
right,
who spoke, I think, before you.
Yes.
He probably did a good enough job where you didn't think that was too strange or crazy. A lot of those words probably sound eerily similar to
No, it was good. Definitely was good. Awesome. All right. What pisses you off?
The same thing that I probably like, which is going to work every day and trying to solve problems at work. I'd say that's a good one. Sometimes my dog gets up at 5:45 and starts barking. I don't like that. I might have a few, but those are the two that come to mind.
Tell us something interesting about you that nobody would know.
I don't know. I guess that wouldn't be much of a secret afterwards. Something interesting. Okay,
that's the purpose of the question.
Sure. So the last professional golf tournament I played in, I was 30, and I played in a U.S. Open sectional qualifier. Played in a few of those. This one in particular was interesting because Michelle Wee was in the field.
That is
in New
Jersey.
She was 16. She beat me by 2. Now, I did beat a lot of my friends that I actually started teaching on the PGA Tour as well. Alex Chaco was one. Mm-hmm. So I like to remind him of that. But the last tournament I played in, I lost to a 16-year-old girl.
Okay, I like it.
As a grown man, that means something, you know?
What absurd habit or behavior do you love?
I listen to a ton of podcasts. I could look at my Stitcher app right now. I think I just passed like 5,000 hours of listening to it. So
man after my own heart.
I'm a nerd more than most people would
me
expect
too.
to. They're really not golf podcasts.
No,
They're
me too.
Health, wellness, science podcasts.
Give us a couple of your top 2 or 3.
Yeah,
come to mind.
I would say Distributed is one of my favorite ones. It's actually about how to have a workplace where no one actually works there. So I don't know how interesting that is. Cordy Walker over there has a good one that's worth listening to once in a while. I would say those are probably some of the best ones for sure.
All right, last one. You're off the hot seat.
Okay.
So if you had to get a message to billions of people and put it on a billboard, what would your message be and why?
Yeah, so you do the billboard question for sure. I would say that I've said this before. I said this one on Chris Como's show, and it's an unfortunate truth, but I actually really believe it, and that is that most golf's dirty little secret is that golf teachers actually don't know how to teach golf very well. I say that as a generalization. It isn't everyone, but it is an unfortunate, sad reality that I get to witness all the time with we have so many golf instructors that we hire that have taught golf for a long time, and they still don't know what they're doing. I get to live that one, so it's because I live it. I
makes our profession look bad occasionally, right? I always tell students that we're no different. Yeah. We have good and bad coaches and information, and you've got to do your research, right?
So you can make your billboard say, make sure your golf coach has a good system. I think that's the easy one if you're talking golf.
So what are you looking most forward to in 2020?
2020, I've got some interesting things going on at work. I'll say this here, although I don't get to share this one out in public too much. We use at Golf Tech when we teach, we've got 2 sensors. They're designed by Phil Cheatham, an awesome 3D guy. He's known as the 3D guy. He made that about 20 years ago. And it's time to move up in the world. It has wires. It's just not the right education system, and it doesn't make for the best experience. It isn't bad. It's awesome to have tech. It certainly helps your teachers. So we're going to move into a world where we don't have sensors or wires here shortly, and that will be an exciting time when we're gathering data from the 1.2 million golf lessons we give, and every swing is recorded and how that person moves, where the golf ball goes, who they are, how they play. There's a whole lot you can do with that data.
I love it. Thanks so much for your time, man.
Thanks, Jason.
You want to leave your platform, your social?
Yeah, I got nothing exciting to say. I try to stick to Facebook, but I think I'm out of room for more friends anyway. So you can find me on Twitter, I think, at just Nick Clearwater. I don't do a whole lot in there, but I would say that if you do want to see stuff that, if it's interesting to you, I do try to put some content on YouTube for the Golf Tech page that does have some interesting and maybe a little pointed content on there.
And you've been on the Golf Channel several times lately?
Yeah, you can find me 157 times, I think, this year on the Golf Channel.
I love it.
Including 3 hours of shooting tomorrow. So that'll be painful, but yeah, anytime you turn on Golf Channel in the morning or on Martin Hall Show or School of Golf, Swing Expedition, and then Champions Tour Learning Center, I'll be on all of those a couple times a week.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks.
Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
You got it. Thank you for listening to the Golf Guru Show podcast. I give this to all of you for free, so all I ask from you is to share it on social and make sure you hit subscribe and download as to not miss any upcoming episodes as they drop. I will be posting one episode per day this week from Open Forum, so get ready. Make sure you also follow me on the gram and Twitter at Golf Guru TV. That's at Golf Guru TV. And send me a DM if you have any questions, or email the show at golfgurushow@gmail.com. Thanks again to all our sponsors, nvtohemp.com, and make sure you use the promo code GURU to get your 20% off discount for life. Also, go download the Golf Guru app, as there has been a huge price break, as you can get it now for less than $20 a month, which is a great value for you players and coaches out there. Got some exciting things coming with the app, as I'll be highlighting in the upcoming episodes. Music is by Kevin MacLeod and Zach Mullett, aka Cutta Beats. And as I always leave you with from Mr. Jim Rohn, study, practice, teach, and then pass it on. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next time.